Yo, what is up everybody? It is Jit Romney here, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to become a better hitter at MLB The Show. But before we get into the video, if you have not already, man, please drop a like, subscribe if you are new, turn on notifications. So before we get into the tips, if you don't know who I am, I'm kind of like a former top 50 player. I didn't really play the game too much last year, but in 24, 23, 22, 21, I would always get top 50s. I can always get to 1,000 rated plus. I mean, I think last season I barely played the game. I was at like 1,100. So I'm a pretty good player. I know what I'm doing. I think this season I'm hitting like 450 on Legends / Hall of Fame. So the first thing we're gonna go over is settings. Now, if you're a better player, you probably don't really need to watch this. But if you're a little bit newer to the game or just want to see my settings, then here they are. So just go to user settings. The most important thing that you need to have on, that everybody needs to have on, is zone hitting. That's gonna allow you to have a PCI. Next up, we got PCI sensitivity. This one's kind of personal preference. Play around with this one. I think I'm at like -5 right now. I kind of like it. I don't know, just kind of messing around with it. Honestly, like at the start of the game, I would go all the way max, but kind of just personal preference. Play around with it. If you find you're slamming too much, definitely put it down. If you find that you are center swinging a lot and like not moving your PCI, or it feels too stiff, then definitely bump it up. Next up, you got the PCI on. I've been rocking with bat only white, and then the PCI brightness I've been going with 30. I think the best, honestly, tip I can give you with a PCI is find something you're comfortable with, but also don't have it too bright, man. Like if the bat's at 100%, dude, it's hard to see the ball. Like you want to see the ball. That is the most important tip, honestly. If you're gonna take anything away from this, is just try to find a PCI or something like to see the ball better. Another, actually, I'll give a bonus tip right here. Another PCI I really like this year is Diamonds and Starfighter. Yeah, Diamonds and Starfighter. I really like this PCI. It just feels like it's massive. So for the hitting camera, I like Strike Zone, just regular Strike Zone. Strike Zone 2 is pretty good. A lot of people also use Strike Zone High. I think the two best cameras are Strike Zone and Strike Zone High, but I just go with Strike Zone. It's what I've used. Hitting depth of field, I'm gonna use this if they ever fix it. It's currently kind of bugged. Like sometimes the ball will just look crazy. It's all right. If they fix the lag on it and the way the ball looks, I definitely would use it, but don't use it right now unless you're at like a crazy creative stadium. And then in play view, this one doesn't really matter, but this is like an MLB The Show conspiracy I got, that like anything on like medium or high, like you get a little bit better exit velo because like there's no lag with it. I don't know, but like dynamic is fine. That's really all personal preference. Okay, so those are my settings. Definitely try them out. Again, the main thing is the PCI, really, is just try to find something you're super comfortable with. Okay, so now that we've gone through settings, I'm just going to take you guys through some of the accessories that I have that help me out in MLB The Show. First up is getting a gaming monitor. I have an Acer. It's 120 hertz and 1440p. Really good monitor. I don't know exactly what model it is. I'll try to find it. Definitely get a monitor, man. Try to get a gaming monitor, and then try to get like a next gen console. Preferably get an Xbox. The Xbox just has a little bit better response time with all the controllers and everything. I don't know why. I've played on both PS5 and Xbox, and I really prefer Xbox over PlayStation. So the next thing is precision rings. So you guys have probably heard about them. If not, they're like these little rings. If you can see right here, I think you might be able to see like the green right there. You put it on the controller, man, it just helps you like not slam. You have way more control over your PCI. It's gonna make hitting like 10 times easier. That is something that you have to get, honestly. Like you need to get that. It's like $15, or you can buy like the YFK ones. And then kind of leading into the next thing is the Control Freaks. I use the YFK Control Freaks. Really comfortable. They're like concave. It's super like really good. I love them, honestly. Like they're the best ones I've used. They're also like really durable. Like I used to use the Galaxy Control Freaks, and the problem I had with those is like every month I'd have to get a new pair because they would just like wear out. These I've used only one pair, and they've lasted me for like 2.5, almost 3 months. So definitely looking into buying those. Those are probably the cheapest things that like you could buy right now off Amazon or wherever, and that would make you like almost instantly a better player. And also the last thing is probably the cheapest, is get like a towel, man. Like I swear, if you have sweaty hands like me, like I'm just a sweaty person, you're not gonna hit as well. Like you're not gonna have as good a grip on your controller. It's gonna be like feel uncomfortable, and like I feel like when my hands are like really dry, I feel like I have way more control over the PCI. Okay, so that is the accessories. So now we're gonna talk a little bit about like pitches and like kind of like what to look for. The main meta in MLB The Show for the past like 5-6 years has been sinker cutter. So as you can see here with Garrett Crochet, he has a 4-seam fastball, a cutter, a sweeper, a sinker, and a circle change. So this is almost like a meta pitch mix. The only thing that would change would be take out the sweeper and add a slider. But the reason why it's effective is because they're fast pitches that break. So it's like forcing your opponent to kind of like make a better reaction. And then also they tunnel well. So like a sinker and a circle change kind of look the same out of the hand. They both like jump up out of the hand. Pretty much like if you want to get better at this game, you have to learn how to hit a fastball. If you only focused on like hitting fastballs in MLB The Show, you will become a better hitter. Like you're gonna get fastballs probably like 60 60 to 70% of the time. Like every single top player I know can turn on an inside fastball. They can sit back on an away cutter. And honestly, like if you take away your opponent's ability to throw a fastball, which most pitchers usually have good fastball command, they're going to start throwing off-speed pitches, and those are going to hang in the middle of the zone. Then you sit back, you're gonna have a better exit velo, like on a circle change down the middle, versus maybe a cutter that's like barely off the plate, you know what I mean? So you want to learn how to hit that sinker cutter. So a lot of people will kind of spam that pitch. It'll be like sinker in, cutter away, or like it'll be cutter away, sinker in, things like that. You know, people are random. Everybody does have a tendency in this game, but if you want to take your game to the next level, you have to learn how to hit those pitches. So now we're just gonna take like a couple at bats. I'm just gonna kind of explain to you guys about the PCI. So the main thing with the PCI is you want to be smooth, man. Like I always try to tell people, man, you just want to be relaxed. Like you don't want to be up here like tweaking with your PCI like this. Like it's hard to hit, man. Like I just try to do a couple circles, just keep like relaxed, man. Just be smooth, right? So it's like that's not really a good swing, but like the PCI is on the ball, that's just bad timing. But you just want to be smooth with your PCI, just kind of be like relaxed, you know, just trying to track the ball. One thing actually, like right there with that swing, is something I've been working on, is trying to get under the ball. So what I do is, and I think a lot of you guys should start doing this, is pulling your PCI somewhere like pre-pitch. So for me, I've been trying to work on like if they have like a really good sinker away, like I try to pull down and away, or if it's just like a really good sinker in general, like I pull down. So then that way I'm under the ball, which is in turn going to give you more home runs and like hard hit line drives, whereas like that swing, that's like a good swing, but it's on the ground and they're gonna make that play every time. So it's kind of like real life baseball, honestly, where you want to get under the ball, you want to hit line drives, fly balls, and things like that. Another thing that's like getting those P rings is going to help out a ton, because then you're not going to be slamming as much. Honestly, like right there, that's kind of a pitch where if I don't have the P rings on, I'm slamming all the way out. So it's just kind of be like relax, you know, don't really have to do too much. Just try to find like a routine almost with your PCI as well. Like I know some people like to, when he's in the windup, or like I'll show you, like when he's about to throw the ball, they do their spin. So it's like bam, you know, that's one way people do it, but whatever works for you works for you. I just think the biggest thing that a lot of players struggle with is they are too stiff with their PCI, and they're just kind of slamming everywhere and just not really thinking about what they're doing. Second thing is also, don't look at your PCI when you're hitting. Like right now, I'm just looking at the pitcher. Like I'm kind of like looking at the outline. Like I'm not looking at like his hat, I'm not looking at where the ball is getting released, because you are on point. Like I'm directly center with the pitcher right now, right? So I'm just kind of like relaxed, looking at where he's sort of going to release the ball. I'm not like staring at anything, like hard focusing. I'm just relaxed. I'm not looking like down here at my PCI. I'm just looking straight at the pitcher, man, just trying to read the ball, right? So I know a lot of people who actually play this game and they literally look at their PCI while they're hitting. You can't do that at a high level. No good player does that. I'm just going to be honest with you. So yeah, that's pretty much about it with the PCI. You know, like it takes a long time to develop that skill of getting relaxed when you're hitting in this game. Even me, like I still get jumpy or antsy here or there. So definitely takes a while, but definitely just, you know, try to work on it. Like honestly, sometimes I'll literally pause the game when I'm playing online, take a breath, right? Relax. It's all good. Like it's just a video game. It doesn't matter. So next I want to talk about timing. So timing is kind of hard to explain in this game. It's just something you sort of like feel. It's something that's going to take, again, it's going to take a while to develop. You're not going to become a top 50 player from the 600s in, you know, a season. It's not going to happen. So timing, man, I think the best way to do it is find an approach that works for you. And I'll talk about that in a little bit, like kind of what my approach is. It's something that's going to take a little while to develop. The thing I will say, like I just said a couple minutes ago, is just learn how to hit that sinker cutter. For me, it's always come down to, you want to be early in this game. Like you're going to get rewarded on fastballs and stuff like away. Like say he throws an away fastball here and I'm early on it, like it's still got a good chance to get into that left center gap, right? Whereas if I'm late on it, it's probably going to be an out. I also do think though that like you kind of want to go with where the ball is pitched. So if he threw like an inside sinker right here, I want to be early on that. If he throws an away sinker, I want to be a little bit later on it. Try to just hit the ball where it's pitched. I think you get better velos that way. Like right there, that's like down the middle, you know, I'm going straight up the middle. One tip I kind of picked up over the years from actually like a former top player, Magunski, is that if a guy's like only pitching you inside, right? So say he's only throwing you like an inside four-seam fastball, that's where I'm going to like physically almost like position myself. Like I'm just going to think, okay, if it's on the left side of the plate, I know it's 100% a strike. I am going to be early and go to the left. Or if he's only throwing me like a way off speed, I'm only thinking that way. So it's like I'm trying to think like gap to gap, right? I'm not trying to hit a home run every at bat. Sometimes you have to, but I'm just thinking about, okay, if it's away, I'm going with the pitch. If it's inside, I'm going with that pitch, right? But again, you know, timing is going to take a long time to develop. I also think it's really important, honestly, to just play this game online. There's so much latency because there aren't dedicated servers to this game. It is all peer-to-peer, which is like a really old matchmaking system. You'll play games where it feels super smooth because you're playing somebody on the same console and probably in the same state, maybe like 20 minutes away from you. Other times I've played guys who live in California, I live in Virginia, and they're on PlayStation. Like, that game is going to be laggy as hell. Like, it's not going to be fun to play. So timing is definitely game dependent, and it's something that you can't really practice offline. I do, however, think if you're a newer player, it's definitely like there's no downside to playing offline. But if you play this game for a little bit and are looking to get better, you have to grind online. You have to be in ranked, you have to be in events, you have to be playing BR, you have to be playing the game online. You're not really going to get that much better just sitting here playing offline, right? Pretty much timing and PCI placement are things that like you have to put the reps in, right? Like, you're not going to just magically become a great player. Like, it's going to take a little bit of time. It might take, for some people, a couple weeks. Other people might take a couple months. Other people like me takes years. So next up, I want to talk about patience. So patience is probably the #1 thing that the average player in MLB The Show struggles with. You don't make you're not making your opponent throw strikes. The majority of you. You're going up there, you're just I'm swinging at everything, right? You need to build an approach, okay? So for me, when I'm really trying to win a game, like I'm playing a good player, I need to lock in. First pitch I always take it regardless. Even the only time I'm really swinging first pitch is if I know 100% what's coming, or if like I read it instantly out of the hand that is an easy pitch to hit that I'm going to crush. Only time I swing. Besides that, like, I'd say like 70 to 80% of the time I'm just up there taking. The reason why is because you get an exit velo if the ball is near the middle. Like that last swing I just took, I didn't even really have that good of a swing. I timed it well and the PCI is kind of on it, but it's down the middle. That's 107 off the bat. Whereas if he threw a super dot, so if he threw a pitch like down here, there's nothing you can do with it. Like, you're just gonna hit it hard right at somebody. Like, there's times where it just happens that way. You need to be patient. You need to learn the strike zone. You need to learn what your strengths are as well. So for me, that's something that I really have prided myself on, is I'm able to work really, really good counts, you know, foul tough pitches off, but also get his pitch count up, because starting pitchers are a lot harder to hit than relievers, in my opinion. Because if you're in a game, right, and your opponent has, let's just say it's like 99 Randy Johnson, that's a card I struggle against. A lot of people struggle against that card. If I'm able to get Randy Johnson into 70 pitches by like the 3rd or 4th inning, he's gonna be out by the 5th. Then my opponent's gonna have to bring in like what, 4 to 5 bullpen arms, and that's if he has like a fresh bullpen, like he didn't get a bullpen reset or anything. One of those arms are gonna have like a really favorable matchup. I'm setting myself up for so much more success if I'm able to get that starting pitcher out of the game versus if I'm just up there to swing, right? If I'm just swinging at bad pitches, swinging at everything, even making good contact outs, right? Another thing with pitchers, and it's not gonna show up here, but if you just play the game online or just if you play the game in general, it's going to show like energy and confidence, right? Same idea. You know, if you're lighting a guy up, his confidence meter is down, you can get away with more like almost bad swing home runs, or like if you have a bad swing and if you play the game, you know what I mean? Like if you have a bad swing and it leaves, whatever, the pitcher's confidence and energy was probably low, right? So we want to do our best to get both of those things down. That is like incredibly important. But I'm just going to explain what my approach is. So when I'm playing the game, obviously I just told you guys, you know, I'm taking that first pitch. What I am looking for, it kind of depends on the pitcher. So here we have sinker cutter. So I'm kind of looking for like a sinker almost either inside, like down and in, or I'm looking for it down and away, right? So again, as a forcing fastball, I'm not swinging that. That's not my pitch. I want a sinker down and away, or, you know, sometimes maybe a circle change, but whatever I read well, right there, I kind of look like looked like a sinker for a little bit, but I'm always looking for like a sinker down away with a lefty righty up. So one thing I also want to bring up when it comes to approach is like kind of what your opponent's giving you. So a lot of times your opponent has a tendency, like everybody has tendencies in this game, you only get 5 pitches at most to throw. So a lot of guys will kind of tip their pitches. They'll throw like a four-seam fastball inside first pitch, or they'll throw a cutter away first pitch, or slider away. And then other ones are like a lot of people, when they throw a slider, next up they're going to throw a sinker, or if they throw a circle change, they're going to throw a cutter after, things like that. Like, you can pick up on those things. There's sometimes people will start in certain zones first, like they'll pitch you away first, then go inside. Those are things that you need to kind of keep track of. And actually there's a bonus tip. If you made it to this part of the video, I want you to comment James Wood MVP. Also, bonus tip here, you can actually come over here to display, and you can put on this plot. So it's going to show you like all their past, I think like 20, their past 25 pitches. So that's kind of a good way to pick it up on it. You just hold RT, you hold the right trigger, and it'll show you it. But everybody has like a tendency. I have tendencies, other top players have tendencies. So those are things that you need to think of when you're building your approach. But I also think it's like just as important to find what pitches you're good at hitting with. So what I mean is, like, for me, again, like righty lefty, I hit those sinkers away really, really well. So what I do when I have a righty-righty matchup is I like to almost sit on like away pitches. I don't know why. It's just something I'm really, really good at. Like I found that like for me, I'm really not the best at hitting like an inside sinker or inside four-seamer. It's something that you're gonna have to learn how to do, and yeah, I can do it. But I found that like if I get like a first pitch, or you know, if I get like a cutter down and away, he's not gonna throw it. But if I get a cutter down and away, you know, I just mash it, right? Like I'm really, really good at hitting pitches away. So that's something I sit on a lot, unless I have to adjust to what my opponent's giving me. So there's times where I have at bats with like Miguel Cabrera, who has kind of a little bit of a slower swing. I'm only gonna get sinkers inside, but I know that in the back of my head. So it's like, all right, I'm sitting on a sinker inside, but if I see anything breaking away, I'm pulling the trigger every single time. And that's just kind of like the approach I've built throughout the years. It's going to take a little bit, again, for you guys to build that approach, but that's something I want you guys to be thinking about. That's pretty much it for the gameplay tips. I'm just going to show you guys my team. There is something I want to talk about in Diamond Dynasty and in the game that you probably should be aware of. And it's just that certain players have good swings, other players don't. So Troy Tulowitzki, for example, I made a TikTok about this. He really doesn't have the best swing. His swing is kind of awkward. It feels a little slow. It's hard to turn on inside fastballs. Obviously, he's a 99. He's the collection award. He's fun to use or whatever. I really like this Bobby Witt, man. Like this Bobby Witt, like look at this. I'm hitting 450. I mean, 20 at bats. Those are all on Legend, like hitting really well. Ellie De La Cruz is kind of the opposite for me. I'm really bad with this card. Like I don't use him. Like I'm hitting 257. Like you gotta hit like 400 for me to be on my team. He's really just not that good. And Ellie has dread lag, so like he has dreads and the game is kind of slower on Xbox. But his swing is just kind of slow, and he's also very, very tall. So you want to build your team with guys that you're good with. So like Jimmy Rollins, for me, I haven't used this one because he just doesn't have enough power, but like he's a card I'm always pretty good with. Mookie Betts, I literally just picked this card up, and man, like he's been unbelievable for me. Like he's been really good. Christian Yelich has a super fast swing. Ken Singleton probably has one of the best swings in the game. Again, he's hard to get, but you know, he's switch hitter. He's got everything you need. So everybody's a little bit different with like guys that they're good with. Like me, for example, I'm like one of the best Freddie Freeman users in this game. So, you know, play around with cards. Don't be scared to try cards out, but also don't be afraid to ask certain players like, hey, how do you like this card? What do you dislike about this card? Do you feel like his swing is fast, slow? You can also just play around with those cards in BR or the events or whatever. And just try to find something that works for you. All right, boys. So just a quick recap. We have gone through my settings, accessories, kind of the meta pitches, PCI placement, how to build timing, how to build patience, and how to build an approach. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, man, please drop a like, subscribe. I'm going to be trying to make some more MLB The Show content this year. Thank you so much for watching again, and have a good rest of your day.